walk through with us. Like we said from the outset, you have a media presence as well. So walk through with us a little bit about you're dipping into the media pool, not only of what you've done historically, present day, but you've got some big things coming up on the horizon.
Oh yeah, thanks for that. So, I've been dipping my toe in the media space for a little while now, from our, timely talks that we used to do back in the day. Then I had a show called Financial Renaissance with the M's, and during I would say, COVID, we were kind of, we had a captive audience ourselves, right? We're in the house, we're trying to figure things out, and as we were trapped in the house trying to figure out what to do, the young people started to protest. And, Andrew and I are, we grew up with the 80s type of rap and 90s type of rap. And, we had our Public Enemies and the Boogie Down Productions, and it was a conscious rap movement, hip hop movement. It was very uplifting. And then right after that we got suckered into the gangster rap stuff. So after George Floyd's murder and the kids started protesting in the streets last year, I felt an enormous amount of guilt. And my business partners happen to be younger than me. They're millennials. And I had conversations with them and, expressing the guilt that I felt, and that I think we dropped the ball by not stopping some of the things that happen in corporate America as far as racism and microaggressions. We just let it slide and try not to make waves. So since we weren't going to be out in the streets protesting, we wanted to figure out what exactly it is that we could do to benefit our community. And so what we thought is by giving financial education. Now, when I say financial education, I think that is kind of a catch-all phrase to make people feel good about giving education or literacy to someone. But if people don't have two nickels to scrub together or to rub together, it doesn't matter if they learn about financial literacy or financial education. Right? So what we decided is we wanted to create something that is going to help financially empower people in addition to giving education and literacy. So we've given birth to Greenwood Financial Network. It launches June 1st. And what we're going to have is a network. I'll have a show called Emma Knows Money. There's a show called Talking Cash podcast. So there's going to be different shows depending on where you are in your life. There's going to be a show that is going to be able to reach you at the level that you're at, to give you the information that you need and to also inspire you to figure out how to make extra money if you're working for corporate America. Our thing is, just like with the NBA and the NFL, only 2% of college athletes actually become pro. Well, that's just about the same statistics when we look at corporate America. Only about 2% of people that work for corporate America are going to become multimillionaires. So if you want to become rich and you want to thrive instead of just surviving, you may not be able to just rely on your W-2 job. So what we're going to do is, for the people who are trying to start their own business, well, you may not be able to afford a lawyer. So one of the shows is going to be a lawyer who's going to teach you the documents that you need, the contracts that you need, the non-disclosure agreements, the different contracts and things like that you need before you go into business or before you share your ideas with people.
I'm going to pause you right there if I can for a moment. Non-disclosure agreement. Oh my goodness. Where have I heard that before?
NBA.
And anybody else out there, where have you heard that before? But that's, right. I just had to pause right there because I'm like, wow, you're speaking the language. Definitely.
Right.
Keep going in regards to the resources that'll be shared.
So from a resources standpoint, we're also going to have Johnny Lyman. He is going to be teaching about real estate investing. And again, no one on the network, let me rephrase this. Everyone on the network is going to be a professional. Everyone on the network will have proven results of whatever they're talking about. So in Johnny's case, he and his wife have been doing real estate investing for about 15 years. He's also a lieutenant colonel in the military, right? And so what he's going to show people, when you watch HGTV and those other shows and they're flipping houses, like you have to have 80,000, 100,000, and you go in the house and it has mold and water damage. He's going to show you that you don't need to have that much money, and you don't have to buy a house that has mold or water damage, but how to flip houses on your budget, or how to buy and hold on your budget. We have a cooking show that's going to be for the teenagers, quick and healthy meals to cook. All parents hate cooking. I was a single mom. It was a tragedy. At 6 p.m., I have to pick my kid up, or, I get home and after a hard day of work, I've got to figure out what to cook. Well, we have a show that's going to teach people, like, whatever you have in your house, cook along with us, right? And it's usually going to be the teenagers that are doing it. So there's going to be shows for little kids. We'll be teaching them money concepts. And then we're going to have shows for the older Americans, our elders, making sure that they understand things like romantic fraud. Our elders have been trapped inside and they can't date. So they're getting online and, they're getting scammed out of money. So we're going to teach people, just if it involves money, and just about everything involves money, we're going to have it on the network. We've got about 20 shows right now, 10 in post-production and another 10 in pre-production right now. So I'm really excited to see how things go down.